What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. This is Greg L. Thomas. Today we have a pretty exciting video. Um, there's an old quote by Soren Kierkegaard. He says, "The thing is to understand myself, to see what God really wants and wishes me to do, to find the idea for which I can live and die." Wow, that's deep. So the thing is to understand myself, to see what God really wishes me to do. So we live in a world now where everyone wants to be like someone else. I mean, social media is somewhat of a gift and a curse. I mean, we really appreciate the fact that we can connect with so many people from around the world, but more specifically, family members and friends that we haven't seen for a long time, because a lot of us, we move to different areas, different cities, different states, and we haven't seen people for years. Like, for instance, I moved from Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, to Dallas in 1986. So there's a lot of my old friends and family members that I haven't seen in over 30 years, but I get to stay connected with them through social media. So social media is a gift in that sense, but it's also a curse because there's a unrealistic expectation of how you should look, what type of money you should have, what type of cars you should have. It kind of exposes us to different lifestyles, but also a false reality because, a lot of times the people that we see on social media, anybody can front for the gram, you know, pictures, people say, pictures say 1,000 words and pictures don't lie, but nowadays pictures do lie. So, we spend a lot of time trying to live up to an unrealistic expectation, which creates a lot of stress. And, especially in the younger generation, because, their minds are not fully developed. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish fiction from fact. So, so what I want to say is we all have a story to tell, you know? Um, for me, let's start with me. I'm a convicted felon, but some of you are drug addicts, domestic violence victims, and abusers. Some of you have obesity, some of you are porn addicts, alcoholics, homosexuals, pedophiles, gossipers, liars, manipulators, schemers. The list goes on and on. We've all done one or two things that we'd like to be forgiven for. However, we still hold other people to an unrealistic expectation and judgment. Judgment is an evil, powerful thing because it says something in the Bible about do not judge, for ye be not judged. You reciprocate through the universe the same things that you do. What you are is what you get. And that's just how it works. So, what I wanted to talk about today is, living your story. Embrace who you are. We all have a story. Our real power lies in embracing who we are because our story is where our wealth is. Because other people, you'd be surprised the type of social impact that you would make on other people by telling them your story. Oftentimes, it's not that I'm embarrassed that I've been to prison, but sometimes I just feel like it's on a need to know basis. And so this platform gives me the opportunity to shout that out as much as possible because I have exposure to thousands of people, and you just never know who needs to hear my message, who may be struggling, who has a similar message, because people don't talk. People don't say what they're going through. People don't tell their story. And everyone has one. Trust me. Sometimes people act like, they're perfect, but they definitely have it. And so we find ourselves being faced with having to live up to these false images, conformity and comparison. And we just lose sight of who we are as a person. Our real power lies in embracing who we are. If we would just embrace who we are, we would understand the social impact that we have on others and life, and how we could even make the world a much better place. And we would understand that the value that we really have and what other people see. Sometimes the real perfection is in imperfection. There's no such thing as, even though I have a book called Practice is the Pathway to Perfection, there's really no such thing as perfection. Perfection is more subjective than anything, because what you see as perfect, someone else may see as imperfect. So it's all in the eyes of the beholder. We live in a mind-made world. And so we attract the people who are in alignment with our predominant thoughts. So think of it this way, that if you become a better person, then you'll attract a better quality of people in your life. And your life will be much better off. And you don't have to put on facades, and you don't have to try to be something that you're not, because the people that you attract in your life will actually like you for who you are. And so also you're not sending mixed signals to the universe. So let's just continue to be mindful of that. Embrace who you are, love yourself, and tell your story. Tell your story to as many people as you possibly can. I know that sometimes you just feel like it's on a need to know basis, but trust me, everyone has a story. No matter how embarrassing, everyone has a story. Until next time, I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Talk to you soon.